Welcome to the I-84 monthly update for February 2025. I'm Matt Kreisenbeck, the Community Outreach Coordinator for ITD District 3. As usual, Stiles Salick, our resident engineer, is here with me on this cold morning. Stiles, there is a lot of activity this month on the I-84 corridor. Let's start with the Centennial Way to Franklin Road project.
Yeah, hi Matt. Glad to join you on this freezing morning. We are standing at the 10th Avenue interchange where crews are planning to place the abutment for the new bridge. The abutment helps to support the new bridge. Crews were planning to pour the concrete for the abutment last week, but the date got pushed back because of the recent snowstorm we've had.
I am always amazed that our contractors can even work in the cold and snow. Once the abutments get poured on either side of the bridge, what's next?
There are certain activities that can happen, but a lot of work is dependent on weather and warmer temperatures. Once the abutments are complete, crews will add coping around the bridge. Coping is a concrete cap that is used as a finishing touch for the top edge of the bridge walls. Then they'll bring in a large crane to set the girders in place. These girders will support the new roadway of the bridge.
That sounds like a really big operation. I heard you stopped by earlier this month to see the process of making girders. Stiles, give us some details about how they cast these girders.
The girders are made by Contec, a local company that supplies concrete girders for much of the valley. They cast the final girder earlier this month. These girders are 140 feet long and they weigh 130,000 pounds.
That's huge. What kind of testing goes into making sure the girders are up to standards?
We send our inspectors out to make sure they cast each girder to the exact specifications in our plans. They test the concrete, rebar, cement, and aggregate. They also check clearances and ensure there are no blowouts of the forms. A final inspection is done after they arrive on site to check for any damage.
Wow, that is really cool to see behind the scenes. When our contractor sets these girders in March, what will the traffic impacts be?
When crews place the girders, 10th Avenue under the bridge will be closed for a couple of days in March. This will happen over a weekend to minimize disruptions. A detour will be in place and shuttle buses will be available for pedestrians and cyclists.
That's great to know. Now let's talk about the pedestrian bridge over I-84. I know we originally planned for it to be closed for a full year, but there's been a change to that schedule. What's the update?
We plan to keep the bridge closed for a year to do the entire bridge all at once, but we are reopening it in the spring to avoid working over live traffic. Once crews shift back to the westbound lanes to start building the new eastbound lanes, we'll close the bridge once again to resume overhead work.
That's great news for pedestrians and cyclists. Now let's shift over to the Karcher interchange. What's happening there this month?
At the Karcher interchange, crews will begin pouring the concrete for the new bridge abutments, similar to what we talked about here at the 10th Avenue interchange.
I also heard there's some irrigation work happening near Sundance Road. Can you tell us about that?
Sure, Matt. We're coordinating with local jurisdictions to install irrigation infrastructure in the area. This infrastructure will run beneath the new lane on Karcher Road.
Before we wrap up, let's remind everybody about work zone safety. Cold temperatures can create unexpected hazards for both crews and drivers.
That's right, Matt. Freezing temperatures can make roads and work zones slippery, especially when there's black ice. Please slow down, stay alert, and remember to never pass a snowplow on the right.
Great advice, Stiles. Stay alert, drive carefully in winter conditions. We'll continue to send out updates as work progresses. Use the information on your screen to sign up for text or email updates so you can stay informed about closures, detours, and project milestones. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you next month.